third paragraph, it says he had come a long way to the blue line, and his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly felt expressed it. He did not know that it was already behind him, somewhere back in that vast obscurity beyond the city, where the dark fields of the republic rolled on under the night. So I thought like Vince's ultimate statement based on this evidence is that like he believes that
Fitzgerald.
yeah, Vince, right.
No.
Fitzgerald.
There we go.
Fitzgerald believes that dreams are possible, but like obstacles keep them like from reaching their dream. Like I see the obstacle where it says like somewhere back in that vast obscurity beyond the city. So I felt like the dream was being hidden by something.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Douglas. If we continue to the second to last paragraph, I believe Fitzgerald would also state that dreams are. I'm sorry. Can you repeat your opinion?
Well, the theme was that Fitzgerald believes that dreams are possible, but the obstacles keep people from reaching their dream.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I'm sorry. I agree with you because. Okay. I agree with you, and I also would like push you to say that Fitzgerald also argues that people give up on their dreams a lot, because on the second to last paragraph he says it eluded me. It eluded us then, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster, stretch our arms farther, and one fine morning, ... I think the fact that he said it eluded us means that like it went past us. Like you had like let's say one person had a dream and like they've been fighting for it for like a long period of time, but they just like can you go back to me so
Acacia, on what you were saying, but the rest of the line kind of shows that Fitzgerald says you keep on chasing your dreams no matter how difficult it gets, even though because it says even though eluded us, but that's no matter. Tomorrow we will run faster and stretch our arms further. I thought he meant you should just keep on trying and trying harder to reach your dreams, even if it does seem impossible, and even if it does looks like it's gonna fade away.
I actually disagree with that. I think that Fitzgerald is saying you need to know when your dreams has become unattainable and maybe move on to something that's more in your reach. Because the last line says, so we beat on boats against the current, borne back ceaselessly into the past. I think that the very last line, ceaselessly into the past, has a negative connotation, and it's criticizing those who continue to grab at this dream that they know they will never reach.
I agree with Ray. So I believe when it says he did not know that it was already behind him, somewhere back in the vast obscurity beyond the city. I felt like where it says already behind him, where Gatsby continuously tries to get with Daisy as his, like that was his dream. He kept trying and trying, like he kept persisting for his dream, but he didn't know that like it was unobtainable. So I think his message is that sometimes people keep going for the dreams they can't reach or possibly get.
To go off what Becky and Rayanne said, the idea of your dream not being unattainable, he went further down the line. He says, where the dark fields of the republic rolled on into the night. And I thought of like the dark fields, like it's you continue, like it's just going away, far, far away, somewhere where we'll never get back, because it's going. So you're trying to get a dream that it's just, it's nowhere in sight, it's nowhere possible, you can't get, you're fighting for something, basically you're aiming at nothing because there's no dream, because it's not possible to get.
I hear where you're coming from, Charlene, but I thought that when he's talking about like the dark fields of the Republic rolled on under the night, I thought that was like a continuity of like how things would go if you don't take a step initially when the dream that you want is right in front of you. And to build upon that, like it said, Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that years by years recedes before us. So I thought that the green light could be like the opportunity that's there as of right now, and for him, the opportunity that he had was Daisy and getting to be with Daisy, but he let that go, and so I felt like that is what continued the whole Republic of the Dark Fields, because he wasn't really accomplishing the American dream by not taking what he had right in front of him.
I want to wrap up just a piece of clarity. Remember that symbols aren't going to change over the book. They just might appear in different contexts. You already told me that this green light represents the American dream. Right? So you mentioned that idea, Rian, but let's make sure that's super clear in all of our heads.
Okay, so we had already established, when we initially started talking about Gatsby's dream, that his American dream was beyond the point of the average American dream. So we said that you want the house, the car, the wife, the kids, nice front yard with the white picket fence. But Gatsby wanted fancy car, bright yellow, a mansion, beautiful girl, and kids. So we said that his American dream was just already unattainable. It was just so vast. And now, connecting back to the last sentence, because his American dream was so unattainable already, and him continuing to push forward and trying to reach that, that's what Fitzgerald is saying that you shouldn't do. Like, you shouldn't set a goal that you know you cannot reach from the start, and then tirelessly try to achieve it. You're only setting yourself up for failure.
I disagree. I think that Gatsby represents the majority of the people and what they want, because I think he says that the nature and value of a dream is like a commodity. You have to like obtain it with value, because his American dream is only about money. If you really think about it, if you have fancy things and get the girl you want, it's usually because you got the money to do it. On page 95, it says his dreams not through his own fault, her own fault, but because of colossal vitality of his illusion. If it's saying it's not her own fault, he's blaming Gatsby for making an illusion that doesn't exist in reality. It connects back to page 180, where if you notice that when he's talking about the Dutch, it says that throughout history it was natural, it was beauty throughout when they first saw the thing, and that was the last time in history where something with commensurate to his capacity of wonder. And now the bourgeoisie has changed that, because after that it says to the unknown world. And now that's the industrialized world. It used to be natural, but now it's industrialized. And because that industrialization came to the people, it changed their illusions of what's an actual dream. And now that's why, therefore, the value of a dream is evil, because everybody wants the money, but they're not valuing the actual dream they have.
I agree with Leptis, and I also think that Fitzgerald is saying that, like, as time goes on, like the value of a dream like degrades over time. And I think I saw this mainly where on page 180, like that second paragraph where Nick says, "Had once pandered and whispered to the last and greatest of all human dreams." And I thought this part really resonated because of the fact that, like, Nick is saying, like, in the past, human dreams were actually worth something, but now, like in present day, like, human dreams have no value. And I think that's what Fitzgerald thinks about like human dreams. And I also saw this like specifically like when he mentions the Valley of Ashes, because the Valley of Ashes, like, just the place, because it used to be like, Fitzgerald described it as a wasteland in the book, and I think that he's saying here that dreams disappear, dissipate in value as time goes on, and like dreams may be valuable at one point, but then they start to lose their value, mainly.
To go for what Alexis and Chevelle was saying, I felt like when Alexis was saying that when the Dutch first came to the New World, they saw the beauty, and like after the bourgeoisie came into play, like they changed everything. So I think the last line is not saying that you shouldn't like give up on your dream, like not give up on your dream, like you shouldn't set a goal for yourself if you know you're not gonna achieve it. So I feel like he's saying that he says, so we beat on boats against the current, going back ceaselessly into the past. I think he's trying to say that we should go back to how things were back in the past. because ceaselessly means, like, I looked in the dictionary, it means continuous. So if you're trying to continuously go back to the past, you want something like that was there from the start. I think he just wants he doesn't want the bourgeoisie, he doesn't want any exploitation, he just wants the nature, like the beauty of what it really is, like what society used to be before the bourgeoisie came in. And I didn't understand this line used in I think this first paragraph we were supposed to read. It says he had come a long way to the blue lawn, and his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. I thought that he had a dream, and then he went all this way. I pointed to the blue lawn because blue in literature means like depression and just all this negative connotation. And then he could hardly fail to grasp it. I feel like he's right there, but it's like it's something holding him back from actually taking it for himself. I don't know what that was trying to say for that.
Okay, I have a question. So is what Kevin was, the sentence that Kevin was saying, is the blue line supposed to represent Gatsby house when it was, like, you know how it was across from Daisy house? And when it says he couldn't grasp it, he wanted to grasp it, is it talking about the green light that he wanted to grasp? And I don't know how it connects back to nature. I know how y'all said the value of dreams is that it degrades over time, but I don't understand how that connects back to nature. That's the question.
So I heard 3 questions. What's the blue lawn?
No, I said the blue one was Gatsby's house across from Daisy, and he wanted to, and he wanted to grasp the green light, but I don't understand how that connects back to nature.
I think that connects back to nature, because if you're saying like that, if Fitzgerald is saying that the value of dreams degrade, then he must be, he's also talking about nature in some ways here as well. And we know that nature represents the characteristics or inherent qualities of a person. So like, if I'm saying that to Fitzgerald that like his value of dreams, that dreams degrade, then Fitzgerald is saying that like a person's character degrades over time, meaning that like a person like they become evil in a sense, like they lose something that is important to themselves. And I guess I could see like I could see this in Gatsby, because like in the beginning, like mainly when I was looking at the flashback where it was talking about him and Dan Cody, you can see like that Gatsby wanted to change himself. He wanted to step out of his parents' shadows. He was driven. He had like something that like drived him. He wanted to be rich. He had like a goal that he knew that he wanted to achieve. However, like in the end, you can see like Gatsby like lost his will to like continue. He's lost his drive. He knows that he's not gonna be able to get Daisy. So now he has nothing that could continue to push him. So like in that sense, you could see like how Gatsby is like losing like some part of his character that he had in the beginning.
I disagree. I think the nature of the dream is money. Like the qualities that basically, at the end of the day, the American dream represents the green light, right? And when I think of green, I think about money. And so if that represents the green light, then the nature of the dream has to do something with money and like the commodity that people value. They only value the dreams because they're worth something. But if your dreams are not worth like the money, then it's not a real dream. He criticizes that fact, like people wanting a dream to be, has to do with money.
I actually agree with Siobhan. I think that the nature of chasing after your dream is that you have to lose something within yourself to reach it. So like with Myrtle, she